professional, and that is what this particular webinar is all about. So I will be sharing my screen, and we will be trying to understand, beginning to understand how Lean Six Sigma as a concept is going to help all of us become more successful in our respective careers. Dear friends, this workshop has been designed exclusively with one single purpose in mind, that whosoever is connecting with us becomes more competent by acquiring these specific skill sets and thereby become a super successful professional. We'll be trying to understand the secret method that takes people to high-paid jobs, to leadership positions, to managerial positions, to positions that give them most of the professional satisfaction as well as most of the salaries that they can achieve. In the very beginning, I would like to request that if possible, please try to keep your cameras on, as GSK sir has already mentioned, that we will be better connected if your cameras are on, and we will be able to understand your reactions and whether you are being able to understand whatever we are trying to communicate. In my presentation, I will be quickly taking you to a few topics. The list is here. We will learn why learn Lean Six Sigma. We will also learn why get, in addition to learning, why get certification in Lean Six Sigma, because they take you to leadership roles, about project lead and project managers roles, and what MANG companies are and why they value Lean Six Sigma concepts. We have already shared a couple of introduction about ourselves. So I see that we have got people from all over India, and I also welcome our friend from Nepal, who is going to be a special guest for us. So we let us start our discussion. Dear friends, why learn Lean Six Sigma? Simply because MNCs value this particular concept. This is a great skill that enhances organizational profit. It facilitates organizations to sustain their growth. And therefore, for achieving organizational excellence, all the big corporations, all the multinationals, they are applying Lean Six Sigma methodologies for their operational management concepts. And therefore, they are looking for people who have these skills, and they are looking for people who have got the certifications to demonstrate that they have got skills and competencies in Lean Six Sigma. My dear friends, achieving operational excellence is obviously the paramount objective of any business organization nowadays. And the most successful methodology that ensures operational excellence is Lean Six Sigma. And therefore, such a high demand, such a high respect for professionals who have got Lean Six Sigma skills and certifications. The Lean Six Sigma concepts can be applied to just about every business, every department, every business process. They have been successfully implemented in production, in sales, in marketing, in design, in administrative processes, including the HR processes, provision of services, product development. Every department has got to benefit from the concepts of Lean Six Sigma. Since Lean Six Sigma is used most often to reduce defects by way of reducing variations and by way of eliminating wastes through use of its business strategies, its statistical tools, and its engineering principles. My dear friends, Six Sigma is a tool that all the large and very profitable companies, including Facebook, including Amazon, including Google, including Tesla, they are using this, including Visa, they are using this, and they use it to run their businesses better than ever before. It was developed to aid companies to achieve operational excellence by reducing waste, reducing defects. Massive financial gains have been reported by organizations that use Lean Six Sigma. And it is so impactful that nowadays, all the project management concepts, including you must have heard of the concept of Kanban, of Scrum, of Agile methodologies, all of them are based on the fundamentals of Lean and Six Sigma. I hope, trust, and believe that whosoever from you are from business world, they already understand and realize the kind of importance Lean Six Sigma has for the organizations and the kind of respect the Lean Six Sigma professionals have, and the kind of impact, the kind of contribution Lean Six Sigma professionals are being able to make to their organization is immense. If at all you are not from business world, this is where we come in picture, and we will explain you that how Lean Six Sigma concepts are going to enhance your skills, how you are going to be able to make more contribution to your organization and thereby become more valuable and thereby get more financial rewards from the organizations. Lean Six Sigma, most sought after skill in top MNCs. So this is applied for both the type of professionals, for the people who are looking for entry-level jobs in Lean Six Sigma. This is the differentiator between them and the rest of the lot, because almost all of your competitors are having engineering or managerial degree. What differentiates you from them? Why a business organization shall talk to you? Why that business organization shall take you in? This specific differentiator is there that differentiates you, that takes you ahead of the rest of the lot. Thereby you get entries in the big multinational corporations. Also, for the people who are already inside an organization and they aspire to climb the corporate ladder, they aspire to reach the top managerial and responsible leadership positions, then this also helps immensely. If you acquire those skills, you will be able to perform better, you will be able to contribute to the growth and sustainability, profitability of your organization. Thereby, the companies will, I will use the word, companies will be forced to give you the leadership positions, the managerial positions. So this is the way to take your career forward, my dear friends. This concept, this certification is respected globally. So your area where you can work then becomes the whole globe. The whole world becomes your playground, and you can look forward to having best of the opportunities from all over the globe. Therefore, once you acquire these certifications, you acquire these competencies, you become future ready. With this, I would like to hand over the dice to our CEO, Dr. Gopal Sivakumar. He is the most respected trainer in the field of Six Sigma certifications. In addition to being a master black belt, he is having so much. He has guided more than 3,000 people to acquire these skills and has helped them be at the top of their careers. Over to you, sir.
All right, sir. Thank you very much for the introduction. Yeah. So I'm just sharing my screen. So participants here, please confirm whether my screen is visible to all of you and I am properly audible, right? Thank you. Thank you for the confirmation, Mother and others. All right. So this is going to be an intense learning for you, though it is a workshop, 1 hour, 1.5 hours, but still you will understand the core of Lean Six Sigma very, very effectively, right? How the entire structure of Lean Six Sigma works in any organization. What kind of foundation is really required so that every Six Sigma drive is actually, highly successful and irrespective of the kind of organization, be it manufacturing, be it service, or be it any kind of business. And Lean Six Sigma can definitely produce the results. And for that, the foundation has to be laid very, very strongly. And definitely, I'm sure all of you here will be able to understand. So this is Dr. Gopal Sivakumar. I'm a master black belt. And besides, I also hold a doctorate degree in mechanical engineering. I've trained about 3,000 plus people on all levels of Six Sigma belts. And my experience is running around 6,600 plus hours. particularly in helping people, in learn the Lean Six Sigma body of knowledge. And then we have helped hundreds of clients because we are a team of 20 plus master black belts. We help them, deploy Lean and Six Sigma to achieve operational excellence. So this is a brief about me. And of course, I have authored 7 books, and I hold a patent in my name on improving the performance of the diesel engine using a helical blade sweller. And besides, I also have authored various research articles and book chapters in several fields. All right. So before we start, and we need to understand a few things. Generally, people think that Lean Six Sigma is difficult, and it is only for a specific kind of people and who are really good at mathematics and statistics. Absolutely no. Absolutely no. Lean Six Sigma is for each one of you, and you will understand how it is by attending today's workshop. And also, if you have joined today using your mobile phone or a tablet device or a laptop, it is absolutely fine. You can conveniently learn from us, and you are going to experience that today, right? So that is one thing. And we are going to follow a specific learning system today. Every single slide, as I explained, watch very carefully and try to learn from it. There will be a lesson, every single lesson, the slide will teach you. And grab that lesson, and if required, immediately respond with your questions. You can always immediately type your question in the chat box. Me and Mr. Vivek Kumar, we both are here. We will see to that your question is addressed on the spot, or otherwise towards the end of the workshop, we will definitely try to answer. So certain way you can continue interacting with us. And moreover, those of you who are attending the workshop throughout, you have some special bonuses which we will be announcing towards the end of the workshop. So make sure you attend the workshop in full and grab all the benefits besides getting your participation certificate, right? And we'll also be posting a link, and you can fill it up, and then the participation certificate will be mailed to you, and right after you fill up the form, right? Hope all of you are ready to kickstart your learning journey in the field of Lean and Six Sigma. If the answer is yes, please do type a big S in the chat box so that we can proceed. Let me see how many of you are really excited. Please do type a big yes in the chat box. Good, good, good. I could see all of you typing, the yes. Thank you so much for the interest. All right, we move on. So what is that you can expect from this workshop, particularly from today's session? This is what you can expect. Understand clearly the operational excellence, the term. Very often we use the word operational excellence, business excellence, process excellence, what it means, right? And already Mr. Vivek also coined the word operational excellence, right? You are going to experience operational excellence, right from the first slide. And then philosophies behind the success of big organizations like Motorola, Toyota, and General Electric. And there are many, many examples, right? And all these examples, how they succeeded, how they overcome the competition, how they were able to perform, because all these companies are also one day, a small startup only, right? But how they actually become so big. And that is, what is the role of Lean and Six Sigma there? We are going to understand. And in the process, I will also familiarize all of you with various tools and techniques which Lean Six Sigma, deployment requires. Some of them are QC tools, quality control tools, problem solving tools, decision making tools, project management tools, and team management, communication management, and everything has to be managed very systematically, and so that every single project will produce the expected results, that too on time, right? And so all these tools you will get a exposure, and towards the end you will also get a clear roadmap to achieve the excellence for your organization as well as for your professional career, right? And how this is going to happen, that is the outcome of this particular session. Now first let us understand operational excellence. Now there are 20 plus participants I could see here. Let each one of us understand, assume that we are running a company. Each one of us has to assume that we are running a company and all of us are in the same field. We are producing almost similar product. That means we are competing in a market. Our customer segment is same. Our product is also similar. And now if a similar situation exists, tell me, where do you want to see your company? If there are 20 companies playing in the market, right, targeting a specific customer segment, and where do you want to see your company? Do you want to see your company in the number one position on top of the list, or will you be happy seeing your company, lagging behind in the list? Please do share your thoughts in the chat box, right? If you feel like you want to see your company at number one, type number one. Let me see what everybody wants, right? And already I've Narendra said he want to see on top, and Vikas said on number one, and Narendra says number one. All of you please participate. And Anand says number one, and Sagil says on top, and Devendra says number one, and Madan Kumar says number one, Satish says number one. How about others? You have to run in the race, right? And nobody can escape from running in the race, right? Life is a race. We have to run. I want everybody to participate, right? And I could see only number one here in the chat box so far. I could see only number one in the chat box so far. If you really make everyone in your organization think in similar manner, work in line with this goal, the drive is called operational excellence. There are 1,000+ employees in your company. Can you ensure everybody think in the same line? If everybody strive to make your company number one, I'm not saying that your company has become number one. No. Can you at least imagine? Can you at least imagine a situation where everyone is working towards making your company number one, putting some efforts one way or the other way by doing, small improvement activities. But what is very important, every activity is aligned in the very correct direction. And the direction, the strategic direction is set by the leaders in the organization. By the leaders in the organization, they are nothing but the Six Sigma belt holders. They're nothing but the Six Sigma belt holders, the master black belts and black belts, and a few other, the management members. They become the quality council. They show you the roadmap. This is the direction our company should move, at least for the next 3 years, not for next 3 months, not for next 3 weeks. It is for the next 3 years. This is the direction. Now the direction is called strategic direction. Now the middle managers, they will find a way to make sure they make a significant progress every single year. They find out another direction, which is called the tactical direction. The tactical direction will help them achieve the annual goals. If 3 continuous years, if you achieve the annual goals, 3rd year, you will see your strategic goal getting realized. And now the down level managers, the down level leaders, they will find a direction, right? They'll find direction to make sure the operational goals. The operational goals are nothing but the broken down version of the tactical goals, the annual goals. Annual goals are now broken down into quarterly goals. These quarterly goals, the annual goals, everything, is in perfect alignment with the strategic goals. And everyone in the organization is involved. Some few are involved in the strategic goals, and many are involved in tactical goals, and many and everyone is involved in the operational goals. Operational goals gives direction for the daily activities. If you manage your daily work very effectively, operational goals will be achieved, tactical goals will be achieved, and strategic goals will get realized, and definitely you will see a significant growth in the market share. If you make this thing happen, at least you move by an inch every single day. The drive is called operational excellence. Operational excellence is a monumental task. Everyone's involvement is important, and leaders' commitment is much more important. Even if everybody is involved in the process, if management is not committed, results are not going to come in your way. So Six Sigma is generally a top-driven approach. The top management's commitment to produce results, as per the strategic plans is very, very important. And such a drive is called operational excellence. I'm sure every single company will have this kind of, meetings going on, but are you effective in implementing it, in deploying it? Are you only talking in the boardroom, or are you also implementing in the shop floor? That is going to make all the difference, and you need to see to that you are doing this at least 1% better than your competitors. At least 1% better than your competitors. Think 1% better and implement 1% better, and all done. You will definitely see your company on top of the list, really becoming number one. Such a drive is called operational excellence. Hope everybody is very, very clear with the understanding of operational excellence. So it's a systematic approach for industrial organization to attain best-in-class performance in terms of quality, which is very, very important for your customer. In terms of productivity, which is again very, very important for your business. Customer is concerned about the quality, but business is concerned about your productivity. And then delivery, obviously both will be concerned, right? So in terms of quality, productivity, and cost, if you stand 1% better than your competitor, job is done, and you will start progressing. You will start progressing. You are considered, progressing in the right path only if you see yourself, at least 1% better compared to your competitors, right? If you are lagging behind, and definitely your competitor will outperform you, and slowly you will be kicked out of the market. So make sure you always keep an eye on your competitor and do something to better them, right? Every single day. So operational excellence is not just doing a board meeting and not just painting everything on the walls. No, it is execution. It is execution of the business strategy. Think of Geo. When they introduced their product, they implemented, very sincerely. For the first 2 years, everything was free. They did not care about anything. The company was incurring, no profit. In fact, no revenue. Everything is free because it is their strategy. They respected it. And today, look at the position. They're really number one. So this is what can happen if you also adopt the similar approach, which is called operational excellence, right? And create a strategy and be very sincere and consistently implement it and reliably, always better than your competitor, right? And this is what is called operational excellence. Hope everyone is very clear about operational excellence. Shall we proceed? Right. If there are any questions, feel free to put it in the chat box. Otherwise, I will simply consider you have understood the concept of operational excellence very clearly. And now let us understand little more deeper how the operational excellence model differ from the traditional model. Yes, Vivek sir.
Sir, Salimuddin probably wants to ask something. He has raised.
I think he is supporting by raising the hand. Is it Samiuddin? If you want to ask a question, please type it in the chat box. I consider your sign as understood. All right, great to know. Right. So comparing the business model, the traditional model on the left side, you can see. You can also call it classical business model. And here, the belief is quality is expensive. Quality is costlier. You need a better product. You need a best-in-class product. You need a world-class product. Pay a heavy price for it. This is the belief, right? And that will work if you are a monopoly. That will work if the price is decided by you. Imagine a situation where you are not a monopoly. Imagine a situation where you are not number one. That won't, no more supportive, right? But the classical business model, the belief is quality is expensive. And the idea of maximizing the profit is mainly increasing the price. I sell a product for 100 rupees, end up making a profit of 20 rupees. Now I need more profit. You know what will I do? I'll increase the price to 110 rupees. Now my profit will also increase by additional 10 rupees. And this is their philosophy of maximizing the profit, right? Why they are thinking so? Their understanding towards quality is not up to the mark. They think that quality is a function of highly skilled resource. Quality is a function of modern technology and machinery. This is what all that they know, right? And on the other side, the operational excellence model or the Lean Six Sigma model, here the belief is quality is inexpensive. Difficult to digest statement, but you will definitely digest this if you travel along with us, right? And definitely you will be able to digest. Quality is inexpensive. Imagine a best-in-class product offered to you at a very, very competitive price. Competitive price in the sense lower than the price of the competitors. Literally everybody would love buying your product now because your quality is best in class. You are already world class, and you are also offering it at a very competitive price. Everybody would like to have one of your product, right? And that means your market share will improve like anything. And now idea of maximizing the profit is mainly minimize the defects. Defects are nothing but the non-conformances. Defects are nothing but, or the root of the defects, the root of the non-conformances are nothing but the ineffectiveness of the process. I have explained one slide. All of you have understood. Suppose none of you are able to understand. Is it the mistake of the listeners? No. The process is ineffective. So similarly, if you produce a product, if the customer is not happy, right? It doesn't mean that your employees are bad. No, your employees are good. We always feel happy about blaming people. No, instead of blaming the people, blame the process. Your process is ineffective. That's the reason the output comes with non-conformance. And the same when seen by the customer, he calls it as a defect. So if you minimize the defect, your profit will go up. You might think, how the profit will go up if I minimize the defect. If you minimize the defect, which means you are doing things right at the first time. There is no rework required. Straight away, rework is eliminated from your workplace. Since you are doing everything at the right at the first time, there is less consumption of resource, including time, even effort. There are many things, right? So as a result, the manufacturing cost will be low. Your profit will go up. And company who understand this operational excellence model, they know that quality is not just function of skilled resource, technology and machinery. Quality also depends on your defect rate, your prevailing defect rate, the waste that are present in your activities, the risk that are present in your process. How many of you here understand? If the risk is more, automatically failure will happen. If the risk is more, automatically failure will happen. Imagine you driving a car at a 40 kilometer speed. Is there a risk involved? We are driving a car at a 40 kilometer speed. Yes, there is a risk involved. We can live with it. We can live with it, but definitely there is a risk. Imagine, increase the speed, 80 kilometer. Is there risk involved now? Little higher. Little higher. Imagine you driving the car at 120 kilometer. Now think about the risk. Now the chance of the failure is very high. Chance of the failure is very high, which means you allow the risk to increase. Eventually, it will end up in failure. So the company believing in the operational excellence model, they clearly attack defects, waste, and risk to maximize their profit. Idea of maximizing the profit is not at the expense of the customer. No, the price of the product remains same, but we still double our profit margin. We still triple our profit margin because our focus is attacking the defects, attacking the waste, attacking the risk. If you don't attack, all of them will increase your cost of poor quality. All of them will increase your cost of poor quality. Hope all of you understood how people inside a company believing in operational excellence model or the Lean Six Sigma model will think and work, and how the other companies will think and work. Hope it is very clear to all of you. And for the traditional model, quality is considered to be inversely proportional to the speed, which means more quality, it takes longer time. But coming on to the other side, if you equip your people properly, quality is directly proportional to speed. A top quality product gets produced in no time. A world-class product, a best-in-class product gets produced in no time. You are ordering the product and the item is delivered on the same day. No non-conformance, no defect, and no, the best-in-class item is delivered. So these are the results you can expect in operational excellence model. All that you can see on the right side. I hope all of you would love to see your company on the right side, not on the left side. Such companies are the top MNCs, which Mr. Vivek Kumar has highlighted. Companies like Google, companies like your Amazon, all those things. Yes, Vivek Kumar sir.
Right, sir. Here I would like to add. So I request people after this workshop to just go and type Jeff Bezos, Amazon, and Lean, and they will realize how much Mr. Jeff Bezos, who created Amazon and make it the biggest organization, how much he respects Lean and how much they draw from the Lean concepts to create Amazon.
So the three buzzwords: defects, waste, and risk. Defect reduction is called Six Sigma. Waste reduction is called Lean. Of course, in both approaches, there are tools that will reduce the risk also, particularly FMEA, failure mode and effect analysis, right? So attack the defects, attack the waste, attack the risk. You will see your company on top of the list. Now, cost of poor quality. If you allow the defects to dominate, or the waste to dominate, or the risk to dominate, your cost of poor quality will increase. What is cost of poor quality? The cost associated with failures. Every time your product doesn't conform to the requirement, it is considered a failure. Every time your product doesn't conform to the requirement, it is considered a failure. Failure can be internal, failure can be external. If the failure happens in the hands of the customer, it is external failure. Very dangerous. If the failure happens in the hands of your quality inspectors, quality checkers, it's internal failure. Your quality checkers are proactively checking whether the produced product is as per the requirement or not, right? So, but if the products are not as per the spec, then they might reject certain lot, right? And that is internal failure. Anyway, failure is a failure. Failure comes with a cost. If the item is rejected internally, then also you have to reproduce. Lot of resource additionally consumed, lot of efforts, lot of time getting wasted. Please understand, there is a cost associated in everything we are doing. All of you might think today's workshop is free. There is no free lunch in the world, ladies and gentlemen. Here, you have invested your time today. You are paying your precious time towards listening to us. That way, there is a cost associated, right? So anything happens, anything you are doing, a small piece of work you are doing, there is a cost associated. So the failure will also have a cost associated. That is what we mean, cost of poor quality. Now, please tell me, how many of you are able to notice the iceberg in my slide? If you are able to see the iceberg in my slide, please type visible. Please type visible in the chat box, right? If the iceberg is visible to you, please type visible. Let me see how many of you are able to. Good, good. I could see all of you saying visible, right? Now, similarly, are you also able to see the failures in your company? If a failure happens, is it visible to you in your company? Please let's ask yourself, is that all the failures are becoming visible to you? We are little doubtful. The iceberg is visible. And similarly, all the failures, are they visible in our workplace? Okay, whatever is visible to us, let us document them. Let us account them with some, some dollars, associating certain dollars. Now I realize I am burning my revenue. Now I realize I am unnecessarily burning my revenue. I am checking how much I am actually burning with respect to the revenue. And generally, company come to a common understanding. Okay, 4 to 5%. It's okay, tolerable. 4 to 5% I lose. My revenue is 1 crore. Okay, 4 lakhs. Chalo, let us not worry about it. It's not a big money, isn't it? And these companies who think, the cost of poor quality is 4 to 5% of the revenue, they are able to visualize only a portion of the failures associated with the quality of the product. See, please, ladies and gentlemen, please understand. If there is a problem with the quality of the product, not just you, your customer himself can understand. If there is a problem with the quality of the product, let's say a product has a lot of non-conformances. If you don't detect, the customer will detect and do the rest of the job. Isn't it? So detecting the quality failure is not a big deal. The common man can detect. And you are also detecting the same thing. And you are documenting it, you are accounting it, and coming to a conclusion that 4 to 5% of the revenue is getting burnt. You are okay with it. Tell me now, is that the iceberg really visible, completely visible to you, or only a small portion of the iceberg is visible? Only the tip of the iceberg is visible to you, not the complete iceberg. What you have seen is only the trailer, the main picture we have not seen. Whatever failure that is visible to us is only a small portion of the cost of poor quality. If you want to see the complete iceberg in my slide, I have to uncover the water. Let me do it for you. Similar uncovering has to be done by you so that you can move up in your career, so that you can help your company move up in terms of the market share. Now you can compare the visible portion of the iceberg with the invisible portion of the iceberg. Now tell me, which portion of the iceberg is bigger and which portion of the iceberg is really stronger? Is it the visible portion is stronger or the invisible portion is stronger? Which is difficult to eliminate? The invisible portion. That is the reason why we must understand all forms of failure. Failure can be quality related, failure can be speed related, failure can be risk related. Most of the time, the speed related failure, the risk related failure are unseen. People are not equipped enough, not skilled enough, not taught effectively on visualizing the failures. Problems are hidden. Let me show you certain examples, right? And if I include all these examples, some of you might be familiar with some of the invisible failures also. In that case, and you should really be proud about you. Otherwise, we really have to equip. And moreover, whatever list I am showing, it is only a partial list, not the complete list. If you include the invisible failure also, as well as the visible failure, now you will be able to realize you are burning 20 to 45% of your revenue. Now, honestly, tell me, how much is your profit margin? Look at your company's balance sheet and tell me how much is the profit margin. Is it in double digit or in a single digit? If it is in single digit, think of compare it against the 45%. If you focus properly on defect reduction, waste reduction, risk reduction, you will be able to double your profit or even triple your profit. If you actually make it happen, it is called a breakthrough improvement. It is called a breakthrough improvement. And again, doubling your profit, doubling your market share. All these things, are not going to happen in overnight. It's not, lying with, 1 or 2 hands. it is a monumental task again. Everyone should be involved and the top management should be committed in doing it. Then Lean Six Sigma can produce all magic results for the company. Till then, Lean Six Sigma is just a training. Till then, Lean Six Sigma will just remain as a training. But the moment people realize, yes, we can really, achieve breakthrough improvement. We can actually grab the market share and really become a market leader. And then all the results will start falling in place. So till the top man in the company realizes all these monsters will continue eating away all your profit. And one day you will be left with nothing. This is the main reason many companies they shut down and then leave, right? And hope it is clear to all of you. All right. Now, just to dig little more deeper, right? I'm just asking you all of you a question. Out of your experience, out of your opinion, right? And tell me, which car in my screen is a quality car? Is it a BMW, or is it the Hyundai, or is it the Desire, or is it Renault? Please type your option in the chat box. Whatever is the brand you think is the quality car, please type it in the chat box, right? And feel free to choose one out of the 4. Let me see which brand actually dominates. 1, 2, all of you please participate. I have already explained, how you should participate in the program. Learn, listen, learn, and then respond. Now is the time for respond. All of you, I'm waiting for all of you to respond. Okay. Okay, now I have sufficient response. Now I could see most of the answers supporting BMW and very few supporting Hyundai and other things. Let me change the question. Which car is a luxurious car? Which car is a luxurious car? Maybe again you can type your answers in the chat box. Now it is no confusion, right? Now there is no confusion. The answer is clearly BMW. We often confuse between quality and luxury. We often confuse between quality and luxury. Simply, quality means meeting your customer's expectation. Quality means meeting your customer's expectation. All these cars are very popular in the market. Hope all of you agree with me. All these cars are popular in the market. We have seen them running on Indian roads, maybe in some other countries' roads also, which means all the cars are quality cars. The products are accepted by the customer. Why they accept it? Their requirements are met by the product. The answer to my question is all the cars are quality cars. Our fundamental understanding towards the term quality is the foundation for everything. Our fundamental understanding about the term quality is the foundation for everything. Because of this only, even Motorola suffered. And then later they realized, right? So, quality means, simply stated, quality comes from meeting customer requirements. If we conduct the webinar in a way that all your expectations are fulfilled, I'll say our webinar is world class. Definitely, I'll be feeling proud in saying that our webinar is world class because each one of the attendee today is really happy about their participation. If we come to know that, and I should definitely lift my collar and say that, we are world class. So simply stated, quality comes from meeting customer expectation. If you really wanted to make it happen, you just have to do 4 things. First one, understand customer requirement. Understand your customer and his requirement. When I say understand his customer, I mean the customer segment. When I say understand his requirement, I mean the specifications of the product. That's all. Understand the customer, understand his requirements. Understand the customer means customer segment. For BMW, there is a segment. For Renault Quid, the segment is different. Understand the customer segment. And his requirement means the technical specifications. You cannot expect your customer to give away all the specification. No, it is your job. The job of the product development team. How equipped your product development team is. Have they know about the customer need analysis? Do they really understand the Kano model and existence of the Kano model and quality function deployment? Then they can really come out with the most appropriate technical specification which can make your product and services stand out in the competition. Till then, it is difficult for them. Your product and your company and you, all of you will struggle till the product development team really comes to this particular level of using the most appropriate tools to come up with a proper combination of specifications for your product and services. If that is done, you move on to the next second step. Now all the specifications are available. What will you do with the specification? You will now design a product, design a service. Customer requirement in numerical form is understood. Now you actually design the product, actually design the service, and probably you make a prototype. And see for yourself, right? See for yourself whether the design is really appealing. And maybe you can do a pilot study, give it to some customer and study how it is. And you are happy with it. If you are happy with it, proceed. If you are not happy, probably you may have to rework on step number 2, or there could be a problem with step number 1. You may have to go back and change certain spec and come back and redesign. If 2 steps are okay, now move on to the 3rd step. Now you have to develop processes. There is a difference between step number 2 and step number 3. Step number 2 is making prototype. Step number 2 is pilot production. But now it is mass production. The process which you adopted for making a prototype and the process which you are going to adapt for mass production are going to be completely different. Mass production, you will be producing in huge numbers, or you will be producing for a huge tenure. And now process capability comes into picture. If I have to teach you for 1 hour, it is very easy. I can simply mute all of you and then run the show. But if I have to speak for whole day, then I will become mad, isn't it? I can't mute all of you and then talk one way. Definitely no, that's not going to happen that way. Similarly, producing a prototype and mass producing an item requires different process with different capability. Definitely for mass production, you require processes at higher level of capability. Then what is the capability of my process? This is what we are measuring in terms of sigma level. This is what we are measuring in terms of sigma level. If the capability is 6 sigma and above, rest assured, there are no failures. Even if you produce millions of units, there are no failures. If you produce 1 million units, at the maximum, 3 or 4 defects will appear in your eyes. How could I figure out such number even before producing million unit? That is the beauty of statistics. That is the beauty of statistics. That is the beauty of a concept called normal distribution, which Bill Smith and Michael Harry respected in the year 1980 and developed the approach called the 6 Sigma. And now processes are ready. Processes are designed. And now I require people like each one of us here in the meeting. Our job is to mainly to make sure the process capability is as per the requirement. And our job is also to ensure the capability never comes down. At times, we may have to redesign the process to operate at a higher capability. So making sure the process runs with the designed capability is called statistical process control. That's all. Process is well set. We are just there to observe and make sure it operates in the same manner. And what is it called? The field is called statistical process control. Dramatic change is happening in the market. which is demanding a better product, which is demanding a better service. Now process capability should also be improved. Now the field becomes process improvement. One way or the other way, all of us are expected to work either in process control or in process improvement. If you wanted to do both, you must learn statistics. I'll tell you how it is, right? And learning statistics is really fun. And you can learn it just by, by playing certain activities and games. You can learn statistics very effectively. So you can also notice one more thing. The whole game of business is boiling down to process. Whether you are an engineer or you are a foundry man or you are a medical doctor or you are any pharmacist, whoever you are, whatever is the product, whatever is the service you are offering to your customer, everything is finally boiling down to a process. So process control and process improvement are the field where plenty of job opportunities are getting opened every single day, right? And so we need to understand the process very clearly. So what is a process? Process means set of activities. Process means set of activities that converts your input into desired form of output. Whose desire it is? Your customer's desire. You have to convert the input to the form of output desired by your customer. For that, you have a lot of activities. The collection of the activities is called the process. Now, process can succeed, can fail also. If the process convert the input into output exactly the way it is required, the process now succeeds. It is called effectiveness. Every single slide you are able to understand. Every single slide you are able to understand, which means the session is effective. Not just one or two. Everyone confirms that they understand. Similarly, run a process, produce 1,000 units. All 1,000 units are as per the expectation of the customer. Now the process is effective. Suppose some of my products, some of my outputs are not meeting the requirement. Will you still call your process as effective? Now it becomes ineffective. Why do we call the process as ineffective? Because some of the products are not acceptable. Why they are not acceptable? There are non-conformances. These non-conformances are called defects. Why defects happen? Process is ineffective. It is fundamentally the ineffectiveness of the process is termed as defect. So what is the root of the defect? Designing an ineffective process. So understanding on the process and its terminology is very, very important. If you really wanted to fix the problem at the root level, yes, you need to work at the process level. Now, on the other hand, there is one more terminology which is called process efficiency. I convert the input, produce the output, give it to the customer. Now my customer is going very happily because he got what he expected. Even if my customers are extremely happy, my business owners are not happy. Is there any of you coming across such a situation? Customers are extremely happy, but you as a business, you are not happy. You are offering best-in-class product. Your customers are extremely delighted, but you are still not happy. You know why? What are you offering is very good, but how are you offering is very bad. What are you offering is very good, but how are you offering it is very bad. Which means while satisfying your customer, you consume a lot of resources. You are consuming excess resources to make sure your customer requirements are met. When I say resource, it means material, it means the manpower, it means money, it means time, it means space, it means everything. Even the effort is also a resource. If someone has to put more effort, you are consuming more resource. Can you think of simplifying the work? Think of simplifying the work. We can easily complicate Six Sigma, but we are not doing it. We are trying to simplify it and break it down to the extent that Even someone who do not know anything about Six Sigma can comfortably learn. So effort is also a resource. Make sure you consume less of everything. Then only you can say your process is efficient. We are allowed to use the word efficient only if we are sure that we consume less of all these things. The moment you realize there is an overconsumption of time, overconsumption of effort, overconsumption of material, your process should be called as inefficient. Fundamentally, inefficient processes are considered wasteful processes. For example, I teach Six Sigma in a way that none of you could understand nothing. You can't understand anything from me. My process is a wasteful process. Isn't it? So it is fundamentally the inefficiency which is called as waste. Can you visualize the overconsumptions? Can you visualize the inefficiencies and strive to eliminate it? The approach is called lean. Can you visualize ineffectiveness and try to improve the effectiveness of the process? The approach is called Six Sigma. Can you do both? Because both are important. My customer should be happy. My business owner should also be happy. So both are important. So please integrate. Now the approach, integrated approach is called Lean Six Sigma. Effectiveness should never be compromised. Efficiency must always be optimized. Effectiveness should never be compromised and efficiency should always be optimized, which means quality product, best-in-class performance, happy customers, happy business owners, profits, revenue, and number one position, right? And all these things will start happening if people in your company understand, particularly the leaders, the managers. Hope it is very clear to all of you. The terminology is related to process. Any questions? Please type in the chat box. All right. So process improvement is the key. Though you are a mechanical engineer, you are an electrical engineer, you are an MBBS doctor, you are a M.Pharm professional, or you whoever you are, you might have studied anything. You might be working anywhere. Process improvement is the key to improving your results and improving the quality, improving the effectiveness, improving the efficiency, improving any condition is possible only through process improvement. Imagine you have a tree, orange tree. This orange tree can give you oranges. The orange tree can give you oranges, right? And you are happy with the oranges. But suddenly, your boss expects you to produce apple. Now tell me, how many of you here will be able to produce apple from the same orange tree? If you are able to produce, please type apple in the chat box. I'm sure none of you will type apple now because what you have is only orange tree. An orange tree can only give orange fruits. It cannot give apples, right? If you want to change the fruits, you must change the roots. Similarly, similar situation in any business. The business owner wants better results every single day. Hope all of you agree with me. Business owners, business leaders, managers, they need better results every single day, every single minute. Better results require better process. Better results require better process. Process is the root. Results are the fruits, right? The fruits depends on the root. So process improvement is the key. This is what we wanted to teach you. Using the equation y equal to f of x. Y equal to f of x, where y is the output that you are getting from the process. Y is the output. Y is the result we want to improve. Right? And mathematically, y is called the dependent variable. Mathematically, y is called the dependent variable. And our y, we call it dependent variable because our results depends on many factors. There has to be good quality, there has to be productivity, the cost should be low, there are many things, right? And all these things appear on the right side, which are called the X factors. We call them as input. We call them as input, process input. What goes into the process gets processed and comes out on the other side as output, right? And these X factors are mathematically called as independent variable. In order to understand, let us consider a product. In order to understand the process approach much more, better, let us consider a product. I hope all of you like drinking coffee, right? All of you like drinking coffee. Imagine you run hundreds of outlets across the country. All the outlets serve different types of coffees to the customer. You're running an outlet, something like Coffee Day, and you have different varieties, right? And you have cappuccino, and you have, black coffee, you have white coffee. There are so many other coffees, right? And now, all of a sudden, a lot of complaints started coming to your head office about a particular variant of coffee. Now tell me, the problem is about the taste of the coffee. People are not getting the required taste. Not just 1%. Everyone who is ordering that specific variant, they are not happy with your coffee. The formula is something wrong. So the problem is the quality of the coffee. Quality means the taste of the coffee. Taste of the coffee is your Y variable. I call it Y variable simply because the taste of the coffee depends on the inputs. Now please type, what are the inputs that goes into the coffee? I mean, what are the X variables here? Can you all please throw some light by typing your inputs in the chat box? Please type whatever inputs that are required to make the coffee. Please type it in the chat box. I'm just waiting for your answer. Please type your inputs in the chat box. Yes, coffee powder, milk, and raw material, sugar, effort. Good. So thinking very smartly, right? And everything that goes into preparing the coffee, even the effort. I respect that answer. Even the effort, that is also important, right? And all these inputs are called X variable. Now tell me, the customer is concerned about the strongness of the coffee. And when I further investigate what is actually going wrong, why there are a lot of complaints, customer is really concerned about the strongness of the coffee. Now tell me, out of so many factors you typed in the chat box, which factor is now critical? The concern is strongness of the coffee. Can you please figure out and help me by typing it in the chat box? Which of the factor is critical now? Is it the milk? Is it the what do you call sugar? Very good. I could see an answer from Narendra. Concentration of coffee powder. Yes, the culprit is coffee powder. Of course, everything can contribute to the strongness of the coffee. Who is the major contributor? That is my question. The major contributor is called the culprit. The major contributing factor is called the critical factor. It is also called the root cause of the problem. So the root cause of the problem is always on the right side of the equation. As far as the strongness of the coffee is concerned, the root cause is coffee powder. The root cause is coffee powder. And now tell me, if I put more coffee powder, what will happen to the strongness? Will it increase or decrease? I put more coffee powder and tell me what happens to the strongness. Is that the strongness increases or decreases? Yeah, I could see all of you saying increasing. Yeah, beautiful. You are now thinking like a statistician. This is statistics. If I add more coffee powder, the strongness increases. Increasing my X will increase the Y. The relationship is positive. The relationship is positive. Similarly, what is the relationship between sugar and sweetness? More sugar, more sweetness. So sugar and sweetness are also related positively, whether the root cause is positively related or negatively related. If it is positively related, I know how to control my X. Coffee is too strong. You know what will I do? I'll reduce the coffee powder. Coffee is not strong enough. You know what will I do? Now I will put more coffee powder. Coffee, I want a sweet coffee. I'll put more sugar. I want to reduce the sweetness. I'll put less sugar, which means I am now able to solve the problem I am experiencing. What is the fundamental here? You need to really know which is y variable and which is x variable. You need to really know which is the root cause. You need to really know what is the relationship of the root cause with your y variable. That's all. Any complex problem in the universe can be solved in this approach. First of all, you should know whether the problem is associated with a y variable or x variable. Trust me, if the problem is associated with the x variable, the problem is unfit for a Six Sigma expert. A common professional can solve it. If the problem is associated with the y variable, and if the problem is recurring in nature, and if the root cause is not known, and if the relationship is not known, the situation becomes a candidate for Six Sigma expert. Customer complaint, every month customer complaint is coming. Customer complaint, it keeps on increasing. Why? People don't know what is the root cause. And now you can play and then, fix the solution, right? Fix the problem. This is called the Six Sigma way of problem solving. You can correlate this concept with any product. Imagine you are now manufacturing a concrete block. The strength of the concrete block, tell me, is it a y variable or x variable? Strength of the concrete block is a y variable. There is a frequent complaint about the strength of your blocks. You can fix it but with the same thinking. You are manufacturing aluminum rods, and these aluminum rods are failing before the permissible load. Within the permissible load, it is failing. And no customer would like to continue the business with you if you make these things happen. So now you need to figure out what are the x variable. You need to figure out which is the root cause. Is it the root cause is single root cause or multiple root cause? Is that the crime is done by one criminal or a group of criminals? If it is performed by a group, what is the contribution? You can get answer for all these questions with the help of statistical tools and techniques, which you will be learning from us in our advanced Six Sigma training program, but not here. It requires commitment from you. Now you are involved. Now involvement, we could see all of you, right? And since all of you are not truly involved, that's the reason why you are continuously paying attention to us last 1 hour. But what is required? One more step, commitment. There is a difference between commitment and involvement. Right? You being here shows your involvement. You taking action towards the end of the workshop will show your commitment, right? So let us continue, because for the success, both are required, involvement as well as commitment. Involvement means employees, professional. Commitment means leaders and the experts, right? All right. So now we got good insight about why Lean and Six Sigma are required in any business. Let us understand about little history. You are seeing the gurus behind the Toyota production system, gurus behind Lean. We must respect these people, right? Eiji Toyota, Taichi Ono, and Shigeo Shingo. They are the main architect of the concept called Lean. All of them, some point of time, they were working for Toyota. They wanted to overcome the competition which they have been facing from the American industries. In fact, not a competition. In fact, they wanted to come up, because at that point of time, the American industries were dominating the entire market across the globe. So these Japanese, they wanted to do their contribution, and so they studied all the best practices that were available on that point of time. Particularly, they studied the Ford's production system. They toured Ford, and they benchmarked their practices, came back to Toyota, and then they developed a system which is specific to Toyota, specific to Japanese market. They named it as Toyota production system. They named it as Toyota production system. It happened in the year 1960. And the underlying idea behind the Toyota production system is just two things. One is right sizing the resource. Another one is self-monitoring the resource. Right now, look at our screen. I am on video. Mr. Vivek Kumar on video. Madan Kumar on video. And Mr. Yadav, he is on video. Which means, we are self-monitoring our participation. We can't move from our place, but all others, you have a better chance of moving away from the place. You have a better chance of getting distracted. Hope all of you agree with me. Similarly, if you make sure every single resource in your company has some self-monitoring mechanism, if that is ensured, you can prevent those resources from becoming unproductive. Otherwise, you will not be able to do it. That is one important foundation principle. Another one, right sizing the resource. Give only what is required. Give only what is required. Imagine you going to a restaurant with the required money in your pocket. Imagine the same you going to a restaurant with lot of money in your pocket. When will you be super efficient? You will be super efficient. You will order the right food, right quantity when you have the right amount of money in your pocket. If you have more money, I am sure you will end up wasting the food. Either you will over order the item and leave it as it is on the table, which means the efficiency is the result of right sizing the resource. And your quality is the result of monitoring. No monitoring, obviously, there is a higher risk of failure. So these are the two underlying principles based on which the entire Toyota production system is built. As a result, they were able to achieve results like producing high quality product, the best in class product. At the same time, they were able to produce faster. If you are on video, you can learn faster. Trust me, this will happen. Right? Trust me, this will happen, right? So you can produce faster. The manufacturing cost will be low, and you can maintain a higher level of quality. And most importantly, you will be able to concentrate on too many things at a time. Even if there are 10 variants of products, you will still be able to maintain the business requirement with all the 10. What is the underlying principle? Right sizing the resource and self-monitoring. Every single resource should have a mechanism to self-monitor the condition. One more example, your car coming with a fuel level indicator. That's a self-monitoring mechanism. Imagine a car without fuel level indicator. You are going for an important meeting, your car will stop on the road. You are going to an important function, your car will stop on the road. And you can avoid all these nonsenses just by having a fuel level indicator. Same way, there are hundreds and thousands of resources you have in your company. Can you not take care with these two principles? This is called a Toyota production system. This really produced breakthrough results, magical results for Toyota. And so it got the attention of global quality gurus across the globe. All of them decided to study Toyota because they wanted to make it available for all the other companies. So they studied it, renamed it with the name called Lean. It is fundamentally Toyota production system, which we are trying to adopt in the name of Lean. Hope everybody understand what is Lean and the architects you are seeing on the right side, right? And particularly the second person, Taiji Ono, he is now considered the father of Toyota production system because he gave definition for 7 types of waste that exist in all business process. These are the 4 important principles everyone in Toyota is supposed to respect. First one, always create value for customer or people. Always focus on creating value. Anything that you are doing that should add value in people's life. That's the first philosophy. Principle number 2, right process will produce right result. Orange tree will give orange, definitely, right? Right process will produce right result. Develop people and partners. People are nothing but employees. Partners are nothing but your vendors and suppliers. All these people are finally responsible for the quality. So develop them. They will develop your company. And systematic problem solving and organizational learning. Every organization, will also, learn and then grow. Like a child learning continuously and becoming an adult, your organization will also become world class by learning. How the learning will happen? By learning from the failures. And fixing the failure is called problem solving. So there has to be a systematic approach towards problem solving. You can follow any methodology that you that you want to follow. But there is one methodology called DMAIC, which we will be teaching in the Six Sigma program, which is superior than any other methodology that exists as on date. Define, measure, analyze, improve, and control. Right? So these principles and the system later become lean and now successfully adopted by all the companies. And what you are seeing here is the House of Toyota production system. All the plus points you are seeing on the top of the roof or top of the structure, it is simply because of the pillars and the foundation. Look at the words that are written on the pillars and written on the foundation. And make sure you create a similar infrastructure in your company. And your company will also see all these kind of results that are written on the top of the structure. Highest quality, lowest cost, shortest lead time. Lead time is the time between order and delivery. Order and cash. What's the time between? This is called the lead time. Empowered employee. People know what are they supposed to do. They never wait for the instruction to come. They know how to work at every instant. And then best safety. Safety is guaranteed. Customer can buy, people can work, and management can make profit. This is the environment is completely safe for all. And high morale. What is morale? Are you motivated? Are you motivated to work in that group? That's called morale. All these things will have, people will literally love working for you. People will never leave your company if you create this kind of infrastructure, which is possible with the two underlying principle of consuming the resources in the required quantity and having a self monitoring, right? And this is what is achieved. That this pillar is called just in time, the right side pillar is called Jidoka, and the foundations are Heijunka, stable and standardized process. Stability can be understood only through statistics. Stability can be understood only through statistics. And on the other side, Kaizen, the power of small improvement. All major improvements are result of your smaller improvement. Your breakthrough improvements are result of your smaller improvement. We are going to do an activity live today in this workshop to understand how powerful making small improvement is, which is called Kaizen. So these are called Toyota philosophies, and with effective teamwork and continuous improvement thinking, definitely all the results that you see on the roof can be made possible. So lean is all about identification and elimination or reduction of wasteful activities. Wherever elimination is possible, eliminate. Wherever elimination is not possible, reduce. The two keywords, one is elimination, another one is reduction. But you must continuously do it. As a result, your process will become simple, and also will also be a simple process. Simplifying a process will also make it super effective. Right? You can understand that by comparing the situations here. You can decide to drive your car in a traffic environment, which you are seeing in my slide, or you can always decide to drive your car in a highway like this, where the driving the car is easier, obviously on the highway, right? You really do not require a higher level of skill to drive in a clean road. At the same time, car performance will also be super effective. If you compare a car in the traffic environment, the mileage will be lesser than the declared value. But on the other side, the mileage will be more than the expected value. This is the power of process simplification. Simplify to the extent possible, simplify. Process simplification is nothing but waste elimination. That's all. Process simplification is nothing but waste elimination. If you eliminate the waste, your process will be simple in nature, at the same time, it will become super effective. And we are going to experience that. All of you are ready to experience the power of process simplification? Meanwhile, there is a question about whether Lean Six Sigma can help construction industry. 100%. 100% it will help, right? Customer delight, your product quality, right? And delivering the service on time, everything requires Six Sigma. So all of you are ready? Shall we do an activity? Please type ready in the chat box so that we will do an activity. Who are all ready? Please type ready in the chat box. You must have a notepad and a pen with you. If you have a notepad and a pen, please type ready in the chat box. How many of you are ready? Anupam, Anand, Vivek, and who else are ready? Narendra, all of you. See, I already told you, listen, right? Learn and then respond. And now response is required. Sahil is ready. Samidun is ready. I hope everyone is ready. Thank you all, right? These people are called leaders, right? Always they lead any situation. All right. Now the thing is, I'll show a set of numbers and symbols, set of numbers and symbols for a period of 45 seconds. For a period of 45 seconds, you just have to memorize. You just have to memorize, right? Don't be over smart. You don't have to take screenshot or you don't have to write anything. Just memorize. This is the task and your time starts now. All right, the time is over. That was easy, right? It's a very simple task. Wow, you are just expected to memorize. Now let me check how many of you are very good in memorizing, right? Now I'll give 30 seconds. I'll give 30 seconds. You all just have to reproduce the numbers and the symbols in your notepad. Are you all ready again? Right? Your time starts now. I'll give you 30 seconds. Now write down the number and the symbol in the notepad. You should be able to match the number and symbol. 1 with a symbol, 2 with a symbol, right? Your time starts now. Go for it. 30 seconds. My stopwatch is running now. Right? All of you can see. Last 5 seconds. All of you, please stop. Though you are not under monitoring, please stop, right? All of you, please stop, right? And now we are going to have a cross check. Don't think I have given less time, right? This is just an exercise. Please cross check your answers. If you are able to match the number and the symbol, give yourself a tick. Give yourself a tick if the number and symbol matches. Like how many numbers and symbol you are able to match. If you are able to match all 10, your score is 10 out of 10. I know it is very tough. Even if you get half of it, you are, you're a highly skilled person in your company, right? Whatever is the score you got, please share it with us in the chat box. We want to, see it. All of you, please type. Muhammad says he got 7 and 6 by Narendra and Anand got 6 and Yogini got 7. All of you please share your marks, right? Nothing wrong here. Akilan he got 8 and good, and Madan got 6 out of 10. I'm waiting for your answers, all of you. All right. So by looking at the numbers, yes, again, Shagil got 6 out of 10. So looking at the number, the lowest is 6, highest is 8. And nobody is able to get 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 is excellent. At least closer to 10 is excellent. That is what is called operational excellence, right? Always if you stand out from the competition, that is the meaning is operational excellence. But why there is a problem here? Why there is a problem? Why we are not able to get 10 out of 10? Why we are not able to get 9 out of 10? The problem is process was complicated by me. I gave you a complicated process. The output what I require is number matching the symbol. And for that, I designed the process in a way which is difficult for all of you. That require more effort. That require more time. If the process is designed badly, automatically it will lose its effectiveness. That is what we could notice. So what I'm going to do now is, I'll do a small improvement. I'll do a Kaizen. Right? So I'm just changing the scenario. Now tell me, I'm showing you the same number and the same symbol, but in a different manner. Made some modification. The process is now modified. In fact, improved. Is it helping you? Definitely. You could see a clear pattern now, isn't it? You could see a clear pattern. Whenever you bring pattern, it is easy for you to remember, easy for you to memorize. What is memorizing? You are storing the information. Again, I am asking you to write it down in a notepad, which means you are now retrieving. Fundamentally, all our activities are either storage or retrieval. Whether you are working in a computer or working in a lathe machine, no, you are either loading or unloading, isn't it? Fundamentally, it is storage and retrieval. I simplified the storage process and retrieval process as a result. Now tell me, will you be able to score 10 out of 10? Will you be able to do it faster? Please type in the chat box. People are, I could see people typing, yes, definitely, which means you are able to do work faster, you are getting the speed, at the same time, you will also get 10 out of 10. And those of you who are still not convinced, I'll go for one more round of improvement, one more case. I think that will convince all of you. Will you be able to memorize now? Do you think you still require 30 seconds or 45 seconds? No. 5 seconds you can store, another 5 seconds you can retrieve. And now all of you will get 10 out of 10. Everyone is now performing. Everyone is now performing according to the expectation. The situation is called, operational excellence. Hope all of you agree with me. This is what lean tools and lean principles can do. Improve the working condition, improve the environment, make things easy for people, intuitive. They don't have to think too much to do a job. The efforts are reduced, right? And work is simplified as a result. Outputs are always appreciable. You can simply compare the work environment on the left side and the right side. The right side is after Kaizen. Small improvement. And Kaizen is realized using a tool called 5S. Any improvement is called a Kaizen. Easily implementable improvement ideas are called Kaizen ideas, right? Hope all of you understand the power of lean tools. If lean can do this much, imagine what Six Sigma can do, right? If lean can do this much improvement, your processes are becoming super efficient. Once you become super efficient, you will automatically, see your improvement in effectiveness also. If a drive towards efficiency can give effectiveness, think of what can happen if you actually have a drive towards improving the effectiveness, which is Six Sigma, right? So these are the lean tools which will help you, achieve the, efficiency as well as the effectiveness to the desired level. 7 ways to 5 hours, Kaizen, single minute exchange of dice, Kanban, value stream mapping, TPM, 3M, all these things are lean tools. We learned all these things, 4 important principles of beginning TPS. And these are the 2 important pillars we have seen on the Toyota production system. Excessive movement of the people. If you learn the concept of 7 waste, you will be able to understand excessive movement of the people is called motion waste, right? And longer setup time. It's a failure due to speed. You are not working at the required speed, and that should also be included under cost of poor quality, right? So hope all of you, give me a second, all of you understood, how lean can, help you in your drive towards operational excellence, right? Same way, Six Sigma can also help you make your process super effective. Super effective in the sense, almost no failure. Almost no failure. The chance of the failure is reduced to close to 0. The chance of the failure is reduced to close to 0. So you will be able to express your failure rate and success rate with the precise numbers. In that sense, Six Sigma is considered a metric. Success is close to 100%. Failure is close to 0%. If you create such a scenario, that is Six Sigma. Six Sigma gives a step-by-step methodology. Step-by-step methodology. Any big result you want to achieve, you will be able to achieve by driving your team in a step-by-step methodical way. Six Sigma is a way of management. Go to big companies. They use Six Sigma as a way of management. They connect the growth of the employee, career growth of the employee with the Six Sigma certification. The promotions, the salary hike, the recognitions are always based on your improvement projects, and it is based on your Six Sigma certification. Just for the sake of promotion, you should be a green belt. Just for the sake of giving you a better hike, you should be a Six Sigma green belt or a black belt. So there are many companies, they are called premium companies. If you wanted to work in such premium companies, then you should also be a premium candidate. That is what is getting highlighted the moment to decide to transform yourself into a Six Sigma expert, Six Sigma green belt or a black belt. You are giving yourself an identity to your recruiter, to your job market, that you are a premium candidate, right? And those of you who wanted to project yourself as a premium candidate, you can move from the state of involvement to the state of commitment. You know what is commitment? People, they take right actions at the right time, right? Many people, they involve in the process, but then they don't take action and get disconnected. But there are set of people who are called committed set of people. They actually become the leaders, and those people, they take action. They take right action, that too at the right time. And that is going to be the differentiator. That is going to be the game changer, right? And in that sense, Six Sigma is a philosophy. Six Sigma is a philosophy, right? And Six Sigma is a methodology. Any complex problem you want to solve, first define it, then you measure it, then you analyze for the root cause. We already spoke about root cause. Then you improve. Improvement is nothing but fixing the root cause. You will be able to improve the process. You will be able to generate the solution if you are very good in analyzing. Here comes statistics. You will not only use the subjective tools, you will also use statistical tools. If you are using subjective tools, you can solve half of the problem. If you can also use statistical tools, you can solve almost all the problem, right? And that is going to be the big, highlight. And then you control. See this, I already told you, this is a superior methodology. Even the medical doctor, he follows the same methodology. A patient is very much critical. First thing the doctor do is he will understand the condition of the patient. That is defined. Right? There are tools for define also. Then the doctor will do some diagnosis. He will rely on some diagnosis report. The doctor is measuring. Again, the doctor doesn't still take action based on the define, based on the problem understanding, based on the data. Now he will analyze what could have caused the problem. That means he's thinking about root cause. I am also having a stomach pain. You are also having a stomach pain. But my root cause is different. Your root cause is different. Same problem, same situation, but different root causes. If all the if the problems are same, and if you think root causes also same, doctor is not required. A doctor is required simply because even for the same problem, same industry, same situation, but different root causes, and so different solution. Right? And that is the reason why every single problem must be analyzed systematically. All the literature now fails. We are already an excellent engineer, excellent professional. We have studied everything. Literature is very much available. But now the time comes where all the literature fails. We just have to analyze for ourselves. We just have to find out the solution for ourselves. And that is what a Six Sigma expert can do beautifully and stand out from all the average professionals. Right? You have to always define, always measure, always analyze, improve and control, and repeat the cycle till you are convinced. And this will definitely lead to breakthrough improvement. And you are going to learn from us in an easy to understand manner. Right? In an easy to understand manner, your learning with us is going to be a walk in the park. Right? A walk in the park. We have carefully divided the phases to simple steps. Define phase is divided into 3 simple steps. Same way, measure into 3 simple steps. Analyze into 3 simple steps. Improve into 3 simple steps. Control into 3 simple steps. That means you are going to learn from us 15 simple steps to transform you into a premium professional. You will now be able to handle very diplomatically the defects, the waste and risk. Learn the 15 simple steps to eliminate the defects, eliminate the waste, eliminate the risk from all your business processes which you are responsible for. You will be highly respected for your skill and you will definitely get recognized. You will see yourself growing very fast within your company. You will see you become a magnet in attracting a lot of other opportunities from other premium industries, right? And if you really wanted to make all these things happen, then you must learn Six Sigma methodology, which is DMAC. You must learn all the 15 steps, which is possible, by formally undergoing a training, and where you will be learning variety of tools and techniques will simplify your job, whatever be the condition, right? And these are the tools for define phase, measure phase, analyze, improve and control. I am sure half of the list you are already using. You will further sharpen your understanding on all those tools which you are already using. Definitely there will be a learning. Even if the topic is already known to you, if you learn from us, there will be a deeper learning, which we can assure you. And similarly, you will also learn the other tools, which means our course is really intensive and we guarantee a lifelong learning once you associate with our community. And we will cover the topics as per the international standards such as ASQ and IASSE. The topics coverage will be wider. At the same time, it will be deeper enough, right? And that is what is called, Lean Six Sigma certification. We truly respect the pedagogy. We truly respect the curriculum, body of knowledge developed by Motorola, right? And the different belt levels require different levels of understanding on the methodology and the tools and techniques. In my opinion, all of you stand a chance, to become a white belt. You are already a white belt. If you are convinced with all my slides, trust me, you are already a white belt. Now you are ready to guide others, right? And number two, but being a white belt is it's not sufficient to participate in a project. To participate in a project, you must graduate to the next level called yellow belt. You can compare yellow belts, like the nurses in the hospital. Nurses treat patients, but definitely under the assistance of medical doctors. Similarly, yellow belt can work on projects, but definitely they must be assisted by the green belts. But if you wanted to work effectively on your own, you must come to this level first, at least, which is called green belt. That is what we will be proposing right after, towards the end of the session. And those of you who are really committed, you can take action. If you are already a green belt, we still have some offerings for you. You can consider becoming a black belt. What's the difference between a green and a black belt? A green belt handles problems with lesser complexity. A black belt handles problems with higher complexity, problems which are cross-functional in nature. A green belt will do 2 projects in a year. A black belt will do 6 to 8 projects in a year, right? And black belt will also be mentoring the green belts, while executing the project. And there is one more level. Those of you who are already black belts, don't overthink. Try to immediately, enroll for a master black belt program where you will be, hand-holded. You will be hand-holded to work on a real-time project when you are actually learning with us, which you can't see anywhere anywhere outside, our platform, where you are expected to bring a project. Here in our pedagogy, if you are joining a master black belt program, you will be working on a project and there will be a lot of hand-holding, which means there will be coaching. There will be coaching and not a training. Training is for many. Coaching is for one-on-one. So you will move from the training platform to a coaching platform if you decide to start your master black belt journey with us. Always, in my opinion, if the time duration between green and black, between black and master black, if you minimize, the outcome will be phenomenal. Many people think that, okay, I've done a green belt and I'll do black belt next year. By the time you come for the black belt, you will again, forget half of the things you learned, which means, you have to again spend quite a considerable amount of time to connect you well with the topics. So my suggestion to each one of you here is, if you are at the very beginning stage, think of enrolling for the green belt. If you are a green belt, think of enrolling for the black belt. If you are already a black belt, though you do not have a project experience, we are going to impart that as part of the master black belt program. You can enroll right now, right? And master black belt, you are going to become a coach. You are going to become a mentor for many. You know who is a mentor? Person who is concerned about your welfare. A person who is concerned about your welfare, he is called mentor. So the skill of a trainer is different, and skill of a coach is different, skill of a mentor is different. And you will transform into all the 3 levels. You will work as a trainer, you will work as a coach, you will work as a mentor, which means you will collaborate well with anyone, particularly with the top management, and you will be highly respected for your abilities. And then for the success of every project, we require champion and sponsor. Every child requires parent, father and mother. Similarly, every project requires champion and sponsor. Sponsor is like the father, and champion is like mother. And they will ensure every single project deliver result. In the absence of father and mother, the child succeeding in the life is, the chance is very less. Same way, the top management, that is why we again say Six Sigma requires commitment. Six Sigma requires the support of the top management. Support of the top management is the key for the success of any operational excellence drive, including Lean Six Sigma. So the father of Six Sigma is nothing but Bill Smith, who is an employee in Motorola. And Six Sigma methodology has 5 phases and 15 simple steps, right? You know who is an yellow belt? An intermediate level of proficiency. You know who is a green belt? A level of proficiency where they can lead projects. You also know who is, the black belt. Black belt is, he can handle even a complex situation, right? So we talked about focus of lean. The focus of lean is waste, and the focus of Six Sigma is defects. And focus on waste is called, improving the efficiency. Reducing the defect is called improving the effectiveness. And this is the roadmap for organizational success. Organizational success, right? And you can see the first level of improvement can be achieved with the tools like 5S, 7QC tools, and the SPC. These are nothing but written as the foundation in TPS also. Stability. Stability is ensured by SPC. Standardization, isn't it? And all those things come from, a systematic thinking and systematic approach, which the 5S and QC tools will take care. So the first level of improvement comes from this thing. The good starting point is implementing 5S, understanding 5S and implementing 5S. But if you wanted to see a, a major improvement, you wanted to grab a, major portion of the market share, then you must, equip your process, which is possible only through process characterization and process optimization. This is what we will be achieving using the DMAC approach. And now you are a big player. You are the market leader. Now your focus will change from improving the existing products to developing new products. Developing new products happens with DMADV approach. We call it design for Six Sigma. You are now known for your quality. You no more have to improve your products. Everything is already best in class. Now you develop new product, but with a Six Sigma quality. That is called a design for Six Sigma, right? So increase in the Sigma level requires significant defect reduction. So start working on defect reduction, waste reduction, and risk reduction. These are nothing but improvement projects which will push your organization multiple levels up. So the same hierarchy of yellow belt, green belt, black belt, and master black belt is the clear roadmap for each one of you here to achieve career excellence. If you are truly concerned about seeing you as a big leader in the shortest possible time, then you must choose this path, right? And you don't have to run here and there. Everything is clearly laid down. All the necessary skills you will definitely acquire, and you will see yourself as a leader, right? And don't try to become a leader at the age of the retirement. Try to become a leader within 3 to 5 years from now, which is truly possible if you choose the right path, that too in a right place, that too at the right time, which is today, right now. Let me see how many of you really, start walking through the path, which we are showing you. I think the links are already shared. I request the coordinators here to share the link again, so that you people can take action and be part of our program, and you can be our permanent alumni members, right? I hope all of you realized how.
Excuse me.
Yes, madam.
Sorry to interrupt, sir. Could you please stop that live streaming?
Oh, all right. Thank you. I'll do that. Thanks for reminding me. So let me stop sharing.